Dear viewers, the topic which we will discuss today is: has the Russo-Ukrainian war destabilized the world? Question mark. Recently, a meeting of Group of Seven (G7) was held in Bavaria, Germany, in which the richest countries of the world they pledged that they will continue to support Ukraine economically and militarily. The Russo-Ukrainian war has now entered fourth month, and it is very tragic that despite all the efforts, the war is going on, is continuing, and it has serious implications that the world is being destabilized economically, politically, and security-wise. There are three major reasons that how the world is being destabilized because of the Russo-Ukrainian war. The first is that Ukraine, which was considered, called as the breadbasket of former Soviet Union, and of course, a country which produces enormous quantum of wheat, corn, and soybean oil. So that country is almost destroyed. Recently, Russia carried out, when the G7 summit was going on in Germany, carried out a lethal missile strike in Kiev, in a shopping mall, in which several people were killed. Russia is no mood. And because of the war, there is a serious scarcity of food. The supply chain got disrupted, the prices of oil and things like that. So this is one reason that how instability is being generated, is being created because of the war. The second thing is that Russia is in no mood to withdraw its forces from Ukraine. On the contrary, it is trying its level best to deepen its physical presence in that country, not only in the eastern part of Ukraine but the southern part. And Russia has been able to block the Ukrainian access to sea, and as a result, Ukraine is unable to export millions and millions of tons of food products. So the mindset of the Russian President Vladimir Putin is such that it is not in a mood to relegate, is not ready to start serious dialogue with Ukraine. So therefore, the outcome is the war which is going on, and as a result of that war, millions of refugees from Ukraine have taken refuge in neighboring countries. Now, the thing is basically that the human rights violations committed by the Russian forces and aggression, that Russia attacked a sovereign country, Ukraine, on February 24th, that has not been able to push the international community. The West is only threatening Russia. The West has imposed sanctions on Russia, and there are reports that Russia has defaulted as far as the payment is concerned to various donors. So this is the second thing. The third thing is that as long as the war continues, as long as the conflict, the armed conflict in Ukraine between Russia and Ukraine continues, winter season is not very far, and the supply of gas from Russia to Europe is at stake. And Russia has already reduced the supply of gas. And European countries, particularly many European countries dependent on Russian gas, will face a serious crisis during winter season. So therefore, the president of Ukraine recently he stated that war must end before winter. But now it is in no one's control. There is a lot of bad blood as far as Russia and Ukraine is concerned, and the West is trying its level best to support militarily Ukraine, to arm Ukraine. Then, of course, even if the war ends, let's assume the war ends, it will take Ukraine several years to rebuild. The estimate is that around 200 to 300 billion dollars will be required for the rebuilding and reconstruction of Ukraine, because most of the parts of Ukraine have been destroyed as a result of Russian attack, aggression, and occupation. So therefore, the Indonesian president, he has, recently launched an initiative for some sort of mediation between mediation the Ukrainian conflict, visiting Russia and Ukraine, and trying his good offices to pursue both Russia and Ukraine to give sanity a chance. So if mediation succeeds, and if there are other stakeholders and towering personalities, they must play their role, because this crisis cannot go on forever. It has already cost the world billions and billions of dollars, and the world is being destabilized. So it is high time that G7, United Nations, Russia, and NATO, and of course some of the influential countries of the world like China, India, such countries should play their role for ending war in Ukraine. Thank you very much.